34, Thursday Night Football, Eagles at Packers. Man, what a great game. And finally, a great Thursday night game. I'm tired of everyone, oh, Thursday Night Football's not that great. Oh, the defenses don't show up. Oh, it's still football. Like, if you like football, who cares? Eagles win 34-27, and it went back and forth the entire night. What a great game. Eagles really needed to win this one, and now they are still in the hunt for the NFC East, and their playoff hopes are looking pretty well now. I mean, some people were already writing them off. I thought it was too early, but yeah, they're still in it. Some key performers that I saw in the Green Bay Packers that stood out was first Aaron Rodgers. He threw 34 for 53, 422 yards, 2 touchdowns and interception. Sacked only once. His QBR was a 73 with a passer rating of 93.4. Also, he had 5 attempts for 46 yards of rushing. Like, I remember watching the game, he was scrambling left and right. I was like, what is this, like Aaron Vick or Michael Rogers? Like, he was incredible with running tonight. He was slippery. I'd never seen anything like that. Is this a career high for him? He almost had 50 yards rushing. He never runs the ball. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers played well. He almost had 500 total yards of offense. Then Davante Adams, 10 catches for 180 yards. He was putting up video game numbers at the first half. I think the first half he had like 158 total yards receiving. That's like playing Madden, switching it to rookie, and just throwing it to one guy the whole entire first half, and he'll have close to 200 yards receiving. He was on pace for over 300 receiving yards. Last time I remember that happened, I remember Julio Jones did it like 2 years ago. And yeah, Davante Adams looked unreal last night. Performers on the Eagles that stood out to me were Carson Wentz, 16 for 27, 160 yards, 3 touchdowns, QBR 73, and a passer rating of 113.2. That is interesting. Carson Wentz threw for under 200 yards, and they still won. He did throw for 3 touchdowns. Carson Wentz was pretty good tonight, though. I don't know. It's kind of weird seeing that they scored 34 points, and he had less than 200 yards passing. That's just crazy for me to think. If you had told me that the Eagles win 34-27, I'd think he'd throw for at least 250 yards. But no, 3 touchdowns. So that's good. And Jordan Howard rushed for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he had a catch for 3 catches for 28 yards and a touchdown. So 3 total touchdowns. Jordan Howard had a great game. They really needed him to do that. That's why they got him from Chicago. Kind of a must-win situation on the road. So yeah, he probably had best game of the night out of the Eagles players. Now, I talked about the Eagles players and their performances and which ones stood out. Obviously, their defense is to be talked about. They did let up like almost 500 yards, but they came big with 2 huge turnovers. The one right after the 2-minute warning, right before halftime. Rodgers was going to drive down that field and score. You can't tell me otherwise, because when they got the ball back right away, they scored instantly. But the Eagles capitalized on that first turnover, and they scored, and it made it a close game. And at the end of the game, that pick at the goal line, it's Green Bay. They don't have a Marshawn Lynch. I saw people saying why they run the ball. They don't have like a Marshawn Lynch. Aaron Jones is all right. So I'm fine with them throwing the ball. They have Aaron Rodgers. Davante Adams is on fire. Some people said it was PI. I don't really know. If it was, they could have challenged it. I don't know if they had timeouts. I don't know how that works. I don't really know the specific rules of this pass interference thing because it's stupid. And that pick wasn't like a Deshaun Kaiser or Nathan Peterman pick. It wasn't like he threw it straight to the corner. It was tipped and picked off, so it really wasn't that bad of a throw. So I don't really knock Rodgers too much for that, because he did throw. He had like 470 total yards, and their team had 490 total yards. So he almost had their entire offensive yards, which is insane. But basically, the Eagles just capitalized on those mistakes. Carson Wentz looked like he didn't make any mistakes at all. He was just throwing the ball very well. After that sluggish first quarter, they just killed it after that. So yeah, I mean, going forward, I think the Packers should hang their heads high. I mean, they played a close game. They played really well, and they almost won. It's their first loss, so it's not that big of a deal. Rodgers looked like he might be back. Davante Adams is great. And then the Eagles going forward, you should be very happy to win this game. Aaron Rodgers almost threw for almost 500 yards. You guys played really well, though, and going forward, you guys should build off this momentum. I know you have a tough schedule ahead, but I think you guys can win some more games if you keep the confidence up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click here to see more of Davey Dave's Takes.